What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your friend.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl don't make it equal. Fat girl just shake it, don't break. Big on, let me see you do a thing. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, take it out, back down. Drop me in the house. Work it out, work it out, work it out, work it out, work it out. Big girl, 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 like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, stop, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the wet wet, hard part two. Looks and outs, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, back to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it up, work it up, work it up. Big girl, 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 like you around. Hey, hey, more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, hey, more hey. Big girls like you around. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. Up and down, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
I'm sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought three. Can't hang with 106 beat. Fat girl know the happen, no quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Not new, I'm gonna look like it off now. Fat girl bring crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit get the dead in the world team. But fat girl show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the down. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings can show up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Yes, sir, buddy. Y'all shooting Uncle Luke for another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast. Y'all see them big girls shaking their ass. Y'all see them big girls. I have to play that video every time because I want you all to know that how much I love the big girls. I love the big girls. I love the fucking honeybees. Is that what they name? The honeybees? I love the honeybees. Give me the big girls. I did that video. You would think so many people got so much love for big girls that they would be playing that video, playing that song as a national anthem for the big girls. But they don't. They don't. They don't want to have anything with the big girl video. But again, I love all the big girls. I love you fucking big girls. But at the end of the day, I've never been with a big girl because I like them girls who shaped like a Coca-Cola bottle. I like them girls who shape. Let me find something here. Let me find a bottle that I like. This is the bottle that I like. The size of the girls. That's actually Luke rum. Y'all didn't never. You guys didn't never have opportunity to get some of this Luke rum. Luke rum, passion fruit. But all my girls are shaped like this. I make songs for the big girls, but I've never. You know, I told her, it was a big girl told me one time before, she was like, I was like, sweetheart, I like skinny bitches. I don't like the big girls. Give me the skinny bitches. And, my friends, I got friends who look at the big girls like they're skinny. And that's okay. And the big girl told me this. She told me this. She said, Luke, let me just say something to you. God damn it. It all looks the same from the back. Yes, and I had to pause like that. She said it all looks the same from the back. I was like, Inquiring minds want to know, does it really all look the same from the back? I'm sorry. I love that's not true. Hey, Scarlett says that's not true. Thank you. Because I like the little petite girls. I mean, don't shoot me. We all have our choice. And unfortunately, I like the little skinny girls. Let me try that. Where would that go at? I like the skinny girls. For some reason in the world. No. What am I doing? Yeah, I don't want to do that. And I end up with skinny girls. But that's here nor there. We got a big show today, ladies and gentlemen. I got my girl D Love. She's going to join us again tonight. I like D because all the men like D. We love D. We love D Love. D Love Sports. Make sure y'all follow her. Follow her right now on Twitter, X. Follow her on Instagram. Follow her everywhere. YouTube. Follow her all over the place. She's going to join us. We got a big show today. We have a big fucking show. We're going to talk about Kevin Stefanski and him not announcing Deion Sanders as QB number 2. We're going to talk about Jasmine Crockett and the governmental shutdown, Donald Trump, all that, and some more. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. The battle between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, that's going to be an epic conversation. Listen. We got some great news from Colin Kaepernick, and it's going to be a great show today. It's going to be an epic show. It's going to be crazy. So I hope y'all hang in there with me. Hang in there with us because we're going to get through this motherfucker here real good because it's going to be dynamite. What I want you to do, like, share, and subscribe right now. Retweet this motherfucker if you're on Twitter. Let people know on YouTube. Share it because it's going to be good. You don't get this kind of good shit from nobody else. Because I keep it 100. Unfortunately, I don't have any sponsors that I got to be quiet about because I'm only sponsored by Luke Records. Make sure y'all go to the website and cop you some Luke gear. You got the jackets. You got the sweaters. Ladies, we got shit on there for you all. And you got the bandanas, which is something I'm going to have to address real soon because Ruben Baines and Mezzador is playing out of their fucking mind along with Malachi Tony. And I'm going to have to bring the bandana for University of Miami back out. It's been in retirement because there was nobody worthy of wearing a bandana. You see my Cowboys in the back, Dak Prescott. They're talking about him right now for MVP. I do not like Jerry Jones. Just keep it a buck. I don't fuck with Jerry Jones. But in the meantime, let's get into it, people. Let's get into it. Let me bring my homegirl, the one and only from the DMV, D Love Sports. D, how you doing? Why I can't hear you?
Oh, there it is. There you go. You can hear me now.
Why are you muted?
My mic is very sensitive, so anytime I tap it, it mutes. It's very sensitive.
Everything around, I think everything around beautiful women are sensitive.
Really?
Yeah, when men get around beautiful women, they get sensitive.
Well,
you didn't know that? You never noticed that? when men get around beautiful women, they get sensitive. They go to looking around, see if somebody looking at that beautiful girl that they're with, wherein they should have that problem because they have the girl, they have the woman right there. They get real sensitive. Everybody gets sensitive. The girls who like girls, they get sensitive too. Why are you looking at my girl like that?
Oh my goodness.
And that's the same thing in sports. All these men that go in your DM after the show and before the show, and they are sensitive.
Okay.
To the fact that I'm talking to you. I have the pleasure of talking to the beautiful D Love who knows sports.
I appreciate that intro. I don't think nobody's saying nothing to me about nothing and you in the DMs about me. So I love the intro though. It feels good.
That's a beautiful thing. That as long as you feel good, that's all that matters.
Well, it's a lot going on today.
Yes, it is. It's a lot going on.
Since the last time we talked, it seems like yesterday, but a lot has gone on since.
Do you find that every day it's just shit just goes on and on and on? Things that, I mean, you've been covering sports for many, many years. Yeah. Things that go on today, do you consider it as clickbait or self-manufactured, or I mean, just keeping the shit going on? I mean, speaking of keeping the shit going on, like Cleveland Browns. I mean, we look at that.
Speaking of ish, that is definitely some ish that keeps going on. Organization.
Do they? I mean, it's like, it's like shit after shit every day. It's something new from that organization.
Absolutely. Yep, it is. And this week, actually, the funny thing is, the Sports of Coffee, I alluded to something happening because the Cincinnati Bengals had removed their practice squad quarterback that morning. I was like, all right, y'all, the quarterback got cut. Something's happening. The Bengals are going to make a move. What's going to happen? And there was a Browns fan that said like Flacco can go. And, here we are.
He spoke it into existence. But here's the head coach not announcing Deion Sanders as the starter.
Coming, they called us, and it happened very fast and happened not too long ago. So still working through all roster type of things. I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development, and I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But with young players, I'm always thinking about last week making the change to Dylan. You have to think long and hard about that because these are young players that you're so invested in their development. So I'll let the week play out, make a decision later on that.
I mean, make that make sense, D.
Look, I already knew, because what people aren't talking about, I've heard that Bailey Zappi is getting some time at practice. He's been getting some time at practice. I know he's on the practice squad, but people haven't been talking about Bailey Zappi. And Bailey Zappi was formerly with the Patriots. And I'm not going to be surprised if they put him at QB2. You lost all your veteranness. Well, Deshaun's somewhere, right? I don't know. We haven't seen him in a minute, but he's somewhere. You lost Flacco. So now what? Like, Bailey Zappi is the vet outside of Deshaun Watson. So I'm not going to be surprised if they happen to put him at number 2.
But the other day when me and you was talking, you mentioned that, and I like totally dismissed it when you said Bailey Zappi, is on the roster. And I was like, man, everybody think about no fucking Bailey Zappi. I'm just like sitting there like, okay, that's D talking. And then all of a sudden, now the conversation is, if this guy don't want to name Shedeur as the QB2, then that means he's getting ready to name Zappi as QB2 and just say, fuck Shedeur. Why wouldn't they just trade Shedeur, in your opinion?
I don't know. Sorry, I dropped the phone, but I don't know. And then the other thing is, there have been rumors circling around that Deshaun Watson may be ahead of schedule or may have some way of making it back. So you'll see in the upcoming weeks if his window opens up for him being available. So we'll see there. So that could have something to do with it too. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like I can make sense of what Cleveland does, because I cannot. I don't even want Shador to be quarterback number 42 since 1999. I don't want that for him. I really don't. I want him out of the organization, and I don't know why they won't trade him. But he's clickbait. People are paying attention. People are all in to see what has going to happen with Shador, regardless of how you feel about the organization. Because you heard what Coach Prime said.
What did Coach Prime say?
He don't give a darn about the Browns.
Hold on, I got a clip.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I don't give a damn about the Browns at all. I do love me some Deion Sanders.
Hey, you ain't know. I saw that on there.
Yeah.
When you post that, I was like, this girl crazy. And that's what Prime said. Speaking of Coach Prime, just went through a successful surgery with his blood clots. He announced on Saturday that he had blood clots, and he went in, got the clots done. And then this fucking goat is back at practice today.
Oh my gosh.
Running around like a chicken with his neck cut off. I'm like, dude is in there getting a surgery. He got his girlfriend, little pretty girlfriend in there. He got his son. He got everybody on FaceTime.
Shout out to Pac-Man.
From 1,000 different numbers that I got on this dude. Shouts out to Coach Brian. I love you. And he gets the surgery, and he goes in and goes to practice. Can you imagine that?
I can't. I was like, what was he doing? Because I don't know what happens during this particular surgery, so I can't speak to like what happens and the downtime you're supposed to have. But him going to practice, like, is he walking around in practice in a wheelchair? Like, what is he doing?
No, he's walking around. He's in the middle of the field.
Sit down. Like, tell that man to sit down somewhere.
In practice, like full-fledged practice. I'm sitting up there looking at him like, this man here.
Yeah.
This man here. I mean, he ain't gonna sit down, but that's just him. That's that, we call it, that's that Florida boy shit. We kind of built different. We don't lay down under no circumstances. You're gonna have to put us in the grave. When we lay down, we dead.
Yeah.
When we lay down, we dead. We ain't gonna stop until the bus out. It's
a great example as a coach. It's a great example as a coach, because like, if I've gone through this and I'm showing up, why can't you show up? So it's great as a coach for those guys in the locker room to be like, well, look, Coach Prime dealing with this, that, and the third. Like, what's my excuse? So
there's no excuse.
Yeah, it's great for the locker room.
Speaking of coaches, I'm gonna play this and then tell me how you feel.
And we can't let it happen moving forward.
I already know. You don't even have to show the beginning, because I have feelings about this. We've got into it as Sports Coffee about
morning this. And didn't feel great about it, honestly. And so in the team meeting, I addressed it. I apologized to Omari, apologized to the team. And I just told him I kind of let the moment of what happened get the better of me there. Obviously, like I try to be emotionally stable and calm, because my job is to solve problems when during a game. So it's not really who I am, who I want to be, and I told the guys that today. So it's a mistake by me, and it's just like everybody in there. Everybody made some type of mistake yesterday, which is culminates to why we didn't win the game, and we can't let it happen moving forward.
Let me just say this. It's a grown-ass fucking man. Those are men out there. In high school, we have a tendency of touching up players, and on the park, there's no touching up players, because then that's abuse. We've seen many coaches put their hands on players. We've seen many coaches get in players' face. We've seen many coaches get in the face of other coaches on the sideline. Some things are unacceptable. That to me is totally unacceptable. That is a grown young man. He's obviously being consoled by one of his players, one of his teammates, who is supposed to console him in that moment. And this fucking irate coach, who gets $100,000 fine from the league, goes and put his hands on that man. That should be fucking, that's that should be goddamn a charge.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a charge. But then the biggest issue that I have with this, D, and I'm gonna let you go off on it because I know you got your feelings about it. Where the fuck is the union? Nothing from the union. No, nobody on the TV. I'm looking at my good friend Stephen A. First Take and all these people and every take in them in America. I'm looking at Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp. Ocho, I love him to death. One of my first kids in my youth program, love him to fucking death. They sitting up there talking about, oh, that's what they do. I'm going back and forth with Dad Brian on Twitter. I'm like, Dad Brian, you know goddamn well you are not going to let nobody put their hands on you as a grown man does. Like, no, Luke, shit like that happen and all that. No, these are capital N dudes talking about, oh, it's acceptable. Talk to me, D. Is that acceptable?
Absolutely not. And we got, like, when I tell you we got into it this morning on Sports and Coffee, it was so bad that we had to change the subject because I'm not pivoting off of this. This is not right. If you look at the video, this man initially contacted him once and then hits him on the way out. So, like, the first little bump, shove, whatever, I'm cool with that. But the punch after? Like, you try to inflict something into him. And that's where I just, that was out of the way. Like that, no. There is no grown man that can sit there and say he's not going to feel away about that type of punch. I don't care if you're in a freaking 10 outfit, 10 suit, and he hurts himself trying to hit you. No, your coach should not be doing that on the sidelines on national television. Like that is ridiculous. And if you condone it, like like you can yell, you can scream, you could call him out his name, but actually to physically punch him, no, absolutely not. That's unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable. I'm sitting up here like saying to myself, okay, who does this shit? I mean, what player get punched?
I've only seen fathers do that to their sons. Like I've seen fathers do that to their sons. I've never seen grown men do it to grown men. You know what I mean?
Right. I've seen, and we have seen college coaches and coaches on different levels that put their hands on a player, and they get fired. They get suspended. That is an abuse charge. I mean, I know they ain't going to go to that extent, but my problem is, where the fuck is the union? $100,000 fine? That makes no sense. I mean, that's all. That's a slap on the wrist. I mean, Jerry Jones got fined $250,000 for flipping somebody off. He didn't touch nobody, but a head coach of a NFL professional team on national TV gets to beat his players and only get $100,000 fine. That's the craziest thing. But what makes it more crazy is these grown ass dudes, most of them are friends online, talking about it's acceptable. No fucking way in the world nobody gonna punch Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson is from my hood. I know him. No coach is gonna put hands on him, slap him, punch him in the chest like that. That ain't happening in Shannon Sharp. It's not happening in Shannon Sharp. You saw LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith in a Mexican standoff on the court at the Los Angeles Lakers game, getting ready to go to blows. And if one would have touched the other one, you think you gonna tell me, oh, I wouldn't have hit LeBron James? That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I know where Dez, I know where you're from, Dez. You are not from Pleasantville. You are not from that place out there in Dallas where you're not from Frisco. You are not from Frisco, Dez Bryant. Under no circumstance. You are from the motherfucking hood of goddamn motherfucking Dallas. And we know you put hands on me, I'm going to put hands back on you. It's just as simple as that. And then we can call it, well, it was initial reaction. It's what it was. So nobody going to put hands on D-Love. If somebody, it's going to be an automatic reaction of retaliation, right or wrong, D?
Yeah, like I just could see my reflexes, like unknowingly, like, you punching me? Like the man, I mean, he might have been in shock. Like, yo, did he really just punch me? Because like he probably just, I know emotions were high in that moment because he already feels bad. He's being consoled by his teammates, so he probably was just shocked that it happened to begin with. But man, even James Harrison and was Joe Hayden, they have a show. I love them, by the way. They reacted. James Harrison was like, "No, you're gonna have to like pull me up off of him because you gotta go home to your kids and your wife and your family, knowing that this man punched you, and you want me to wash the dishes? That man just punched you.
That man just punched. Oh, we go to school. Hey, drop your kids off to school. Yeah, man, go punch your daddy in the mouth. My daddy got punched in the mouth. Your daddy's a bitch ass nigga. He got punched in the mouth on national TV. He ain't no real football. Oh my God. Hey, they're in the girls in the beauty salon getting their nails done and hair done and shit. Yeah, honey. So how you feel about your man getting punched on TV? What? No. My problem right now is the union.
I gotta punch you back.
I gotta hit you back. Me and you gonna have to go run one. Hey, coach. Let's go in the back. We go in the equipment room. We're gonna have to run one. And you know how Bush and all them presidents and shit come back with a black eye and they say, "Oh, I fell down. I hit myself. I fell down the stairs." He need to come back with a black fucking eye. Other than that, the union need to step their ass in. The union, how would y'all just sit there and allow your players, the NFL players union I'm speaking about, get physically abused by the coach, by an administrator on the football field? That tells you right there, D. That tells you right there, Roger Goodell runs the union too. We always said it. Now this I'm going a little deep. We always said it. Roger Goodell runs the union. The union they just take them guys' money, act like they got a union, but they really don't.
So what did you want, or what would you like the union to do? What should they say? Should they put out a statement? What should be the union's response to make people happy?
The union should go hard on the league. They should go hard on the team. They should go hard. They should demand that coach gets suspended for at least 2 games. The union should be telling Roger Goodell, you need to find the team. You need to that official apology ain't shit.
How do you know the union hasn't done any of this?
They need to be out on record. They need to be out on every news outlet saying this is unacceptable. $100,000 is like they throw up $100,000 in the club. They go to Tootsie's and throw up a fucking $100,000. The interim, the president of the union was in fucking Tootsie's, throwing up $100,000, and he got fucking fired. So they know $100,000, D, is nothing. It's like, didn't he get fired? Then he went to Tootsie's, took the whole card, went to Tootsie's with the card and everything. They throw up $100,000 in Tootsie's.
Strip clubs and lamb chops or something was involved. That's all I know.
Thank you. You go in the back room in Tootsie's, you throw up $100,000 easy all day with all the girls. So that's like nothing. This man needs to get suspension with no pay. This little bullshit apology. He needs to be doing some community service. He needs to be doing some anger management. I'll put his ass in anger management class because that was classic anger management shit. Now this same guy go home and beat the shit out of his fucking wife. Then we saw signs of it on TV when he beat the player. See all that amplified because all the signs, we always dismiss the signs.
So you want I just want people to like, so if the PA sees this, so you want them just to be more vocal on the outside, letting people know what they're doing, what their plans are. We've talked to Roger, we've addressed this. You want them to put out statements, letting you know what their courses of action are. Because if they're doing any of these things behind the scenes and not telling you, it's not feeding the appetite of everyone that's saying the PA needs to be doing something. The PA needs to be doing something. So you want them to put out statements of what their courses of action are for something like that.
That's what I need them to do. I need them to be the union that they're supposed to be. I need them to be representing the players like they're supposed to be. I mean, look at the WNBA union, the girls who represent the union. They ain't fucking around with that president. They are all in her shit and some more. They're letting her know everything she's talking about as far as this deal going forward is all bullshit.
Well, they had to get to that point, right? Nobody was saying nothing until now. Like they had to get there. So it was a bunch of stuff going on, and maybe they got to get to the players got to get to a point in the PA. James Harrison is always saying something about it, like why y'all not finding what's his name, the owner you don't like, Jerry. Why y'all not finding Jerry? Because if I stuck my middle finger up, it's a fine for me, and then a fine followed. But so.
Exactly, but you all know. But the thing is, let me just say that people you need to understand. The NFL players is the PA. They have a union. All the players have a union. The players are in a union. Plus, each player on each team has a union representative, and there's a player representative for all the players who got voted in by the players, and then there's the head of the union. So none of these motherfuckers ain't had nothing to say. None of them. And that's for the protection of the players. Now, the union will come in if they're practicing too many hours and shit like that, or that is their job to protect the players from management. And when they're not doing nothing, in this case, there's a statement from the team. Yeah, okay. I'm like, fine, that's cool. But that ain't enough. The union's supposed to come in and say, that's not enough. You're not going to put your hands on my players. It's just that fucking simple. And so, and that bullshit apology, no. Everybody talking about, I'm sorry. That motherfucking coach need to go to anger management. That motherfucking coach need to be fined triple the amount of money. That goddamn coach need to be suspended 2 games. The team they need to be paying this boy money to not sue their ass. I mean, this shit is bananas. I can't make this up.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I feel like now that they've already fined them $100K, what else? What else is going to happen? Hopefully the PA comes out and says we've taken these courses of action, or give you something that feeds the appetite of people that want more from the PA. I just hope the PA can start having a track record of letting people know what they're doing and how they're standing up for the guys behind the scenes.
Speaking of beatdown, who you got, Nicki or Cardi?
As far as
if there was a fight.
I'm going Cardi. I'm going Cardi B.
They are going at it like a motherfucker online. If there was a fight,
I'm going Cardi. You
team Cardi?
Yes, and I feel like Hennessy, her sister, would jump in it too. So yeah, I'm going Cardi.
Everybody in the chat.
If we're talking physical altercation, I don't necessarily promote violence, but if it was a physical, I'm going Cardi. Everybody
in the chat, who you got? Who you got, Nicki or Cardi?
Now, if we're talking something else.
Got, Nicki or Cardi? You team. Now listen.
I'm team Cardi if you talk about physical, but if you talk like you got to give me categories. Other things, I will be on Nicki's side. If we talk about lyrically, skills and stuff like that, I'm gonna go on Nicki. But we talking about actual physically putting hands on one another, I'm going Cardi.
The situation is right now. I mean, you got Cardi, you got Nicki disrespecting Cardi's kids, Cardi disrespecting Nicki's kids, going back. And then you have each other talking about each other's man. You got, this shit is crazy. It's all over the place.
It's sad.
I'm just saying, Cardi is my girl. Oh, you team Nicki. Oh, we got team Nicki.
And a fight. Okay.
I think, let me just say this, because I'm always the voice of reason, unfortunately.
Lead the kids out of it.
They need to lead the kids out of it. You always leave the kids out of it. You don't talk bad about the kids. And for both of them, hey, look, hip hop.
Cardi, you pregnant girl. You can't be talking crazy about nobody's kid. You carrying a child. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. If we have in hip hop from day one, there's always been battles. There's always been beefs. You do it on the record. You know, there's, I mean, you name it. I can name 1,000 disc records, and that's been going on from the test of time. You do that shit on the record. I mean, but you leave the kids out, you leave the family members out, leave mommy and all them. You know, I know it's a contact sport, but when you get to that point where you got to start talking about other people's kids, that is a no-no. You know, hey, look, battle, talk your shit on the records. Don't let it get physical. Don't let it go. I'm gonna come to your house. Like I know, shit. Cardi was going at it with some other girl. Told her, "Look, bitch, where you at? You got." Hey, I really think Cardi will beat up all the girls in hip hop except Trina. I really do. She's not. That would be on some next level Thriller Manila Rumble in the Jungle right there. Because that Trina, I know where she from. So I already know, but I don't promote violence as well. But the thing about it, and I'm gonna tell all the little rap girls, when you worked in the strip club, when you were a dancer,
Cardi,
like my girl Cardi, you had to. Some nights you got to fight for that motherfucking money.
Cardi, your respect, your customers, your clients, whatever, like. It's a game. It's a low down dirty game up in them clubs now.
I mean, hey, I love Cardi. I love both of those girls. I hope they get that shit together. And shouts out to Cardi. Go get an album. Go
love it. I love it. I love
what song you like on there?
I like the Bodega Baddie. I like Check Please. And sometimes I don't be paying attention to the names, but there's some stuff on there that I listen to all the time. And some of it I don't even know the names of it. But she has one with a Janet Jackson sample. I like that. But Check Please and Bodega Baddie. I love that one.
Bodega Baddie. I gotta go find that song and play it next time we come on here. But speaking of fights, I mean, it seems like everybody in the fucking world fighting. This girl right here, she stays in the fight.
Actually discussed that Marjorie was flipping on this because it seems like everything that is important, this child ain't read the bill and has no idea of what's going on. I don't understand why Georgia keeps sending her to D.C., but this is not the first time that she wasn't quite clear on what damage it was that her party was ushering in. But listen, I will take her seeing the light at any point in time. And so, yeah, it's sad that she can only see the light when it directly impacts her because she is elected to represent almost 1 million people. And so not listening to your constituents as they're calling and they're talking about their struggles, but then making it about your children, your adult children, because their premiums are going to go up. Listen, I'll take a yes vote or somebody coming to the table, whatever way I can get it. But I just don't believe that that's how government is supposed to work. I don't have any children. When I am governing for the people that elected me. And I don't think that I should be looking at it and thinking, well, because this personally is going to impact me, then maybe I should flip how I feel about it.
That's Jasmine Crockett talking about Marjorie. She called her bad body bleach blonde bitch or whatever it was. And she flipped. Marjorie is a big time Trump lover. She flipped on Trump. Marjorie
did.
Marjorie flipped. Marjorie said, look, I'm voting for this shit here. Y'all got to get it together because my insurance premium for my kids will go up 3 times if we don't vote on this package for this healthcare package. And along with, because that's part of
the shutdown,
what the Republicans are saying for the governmental shutdown, which is affecting you because you're a governmental worker, you know, and so everybody's like freaking out. And before Marjorie flipped, Marjorie said this, and Marjorie is a little colorful. You know, she's stone cold MAGA. Marjorie said, I'm not sick. I'm not ill. I don't have any issues. I don't have no problems. I'm healthy. I just want y'all to know, if they try to do me in, if one day Marjorie come up laid out, it was nothing wrong with me. Marjorie already preparing, because Marjorie asked for this.
She already knows. She know how they go.
She knows that. Look, you flipping on Orange Man, your ass get found missing. Mm-hmm. So again, now how is you working in the government? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could speak on this being a governmental worker. How is this shutdown affecting you and some of your other friends?
Well, the shutdown, I'll just explain it like this. There are people that are essential employees and they're still going to work. And when I say they're going to work, but there's still no idea of when they're actually going to get paid for the work that they're doing. So once that September 30th deadline hit, or, October 1st hit, you'll get paid for everything, that pay period prior to that, the 1st. But after the 1st, so we're on the 8th, right? So everyone working from the 1st to the 8th and beyond until the government opens back up. If you're going to work every single day, you don't know when you're getting paid until they open back up. And now there are things out there saying that people may not get back pay. I don't know. But there are people that are completely out of work, and there are people that are still commuting. Like when I'm talking commuting, gas, transit, food, clothing, daycare, dropping their kids off or having people watch their kids while they're still commuting back and forth to work, even though the government is shut down. So
that's crazy. That's crazy, because I heard a report that some of the people, they had this big argument about whether or not the people were going to get paid back pay, mm-hmm. and whether it was some new legislation put in of these folks not getting back pay, which is crazy. I mean, right now, half of the airports are working with half staff in the air traffic controllers in some of these airports are shutting down. So, I mean, it is bad for business. I hope that these Democrats and these Republicans get their shit together and, start paying these people. I feel sorry. I mean, for people like yourself who work for the government, when you work for the government, it's supposed to be a great paying job. It's supposed to be a great opportunity, great benefits, great 401k and the whole 9 yards. And then as soon as this president gets in, the first thing he does, him and Elon Musk start firing governmental employees. So, I mean, governmental employees in the last year, all y'all probably need shrinks. All y'all probably need some goddamn shrink, because y'all started off the year in this presidency not knowing whether you was gonna have a job. They fired everybody. First of all, they told you to come back to work. Then when you came back to work, then they gave you a letter saying your ass was fired. So you had to go through that. And some people survived that, and some people didn't survive it. Then they then start calling people back and say, "Oh, by the way, we fucked up. We shouldn't have fired you. You need to come on back and work, because you out there looking to try to find how you're going to make ends meet." And then now, fast forward to now, you got a governmental shutdown. They just, excuse my French, they just fucking the governmental workers. It's a shame. And if all these politicians and these people who work at the White House wouldn't get their pay, I think they would be getting this shit done real fast. If Congress and the Senate wasn't getting no money, their ass will be getting this shit done real fast. It'll be at the top of the food chain, be at the top of the list, because some of them folks out there who paying for their little hanky-panky deals and all that, at the end of the day, they will know that they don't have that extra money to be paying for all these other things. And wifey at home will be saying, "Where the fucking check? Y'all better get this shit done. Stay in there all night if you have to." But I mean, it's amazing. Speaking of politics, on this show, we try to do sports, entertainment, and politics. There was a story that came out that Colin Kaepernick funded an independent autopsy on the young man who was hung.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I'm so glad that he did that, because I feel like that family wasn't getting the answers that they deserved.
No, and here's some of the things that the autopsy found, because they said the young man hung himself,
and we don't do that.
And we don't do that. And if you look at the tree, so they said the young man hung himself.
We don't climb trees.
What this independent autopsy that Colin Kaepernick funded showed that the belt he hung himself with was a belt 3 times the size of him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have that in the autopsy report. Then the first report didn't say anything about him having a hit in the back of his head.
A blunt force, or was it?
Yes, blunt force hit in the back of his head. Mm-hmm. So the Colin Kaepernick autopsy found that the young man had a hit in the back of his head. Then it was found that he had a heated discussion with some white students, some white people, about the Kirk shooting a couple days before. Mm. So they had a big dispute, big argument. Isn't that all motives? Ain't that what they call motives? I mean, they want to shove that up under. Thank God for Colin Kaepernick. You see things like this, and guys like this, they see things like this and they put it out there and they go after these people and they help these families find out the truth about the situation that they have going on with their kids. I mean, I can't say enough about Cap for doing that, for being a part of trying to make that, make that wrong right. And I mean, look,
it's much appreciated. Yeah, that's so honorable, and I'm so thankful that his family has more answers, because settling for what they were giving them, you can't. I don't even know how they slept that night.
It's crazy. I mean, we got so much going on in this world, from governmental shutdowns to military occupying cities and things like that. Thank God for football. Thank God for football.
Sports is keeping me sane, y'all. It is keeping me sane. People thinking I'm living the dream out here. You
are living the dream, D. You're at every football stadium. You're at the Cleveland Browns. Oh, you had the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Your beloved Steelers. You had the Maryland Terps. You all over the place. People just know. Are you a trust baby? Or do you have like a rich husband, rich boyfriend? Or you just got a bunch of money stacked up like dirty clothes? But speaking of sports,
I have good friends.
Did you see the intro of game day at the University of Miami? Check this out.
The Ibis is the last to seek shelter. And Sebastian may be riding in on a Category 5 storm because Miami is gaining strength. It is all about the youth. Uncle Luke with the soundtrack, and this feels like Uncle Luke's Cane, a live crew fixated on a return to the top. And that path takes them straight into an old rival, where the Gators, they've been standing them up at the gates of hell, but they won't back down. But hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. The easy way is over for a lot of teams starting today. But here at the U, there's no guessing. The great ones spell it out for you who they are. C-A-N-E-S. I say Miami, you say
you.
I love that they shouted you out. That's so dope. They should have had you out there performing.
They played my song.
That's dope.
It's all about you. Everybody is using it. Hey, y'all can go find it anywhere, iTunes or whatever it is. They playing the song.
I want my Maryland people to get mad at me.
When Carson Beck came in, that's when he had the little girlfriend, the basketball player girlfriend. They were singing the song. It's all about the you. Everybody took the song. The song took a life of its own right now.
So is the you like this, or like is this?
No. Like this. Don't do that. Don't know.
Okay, it's this. Okay.
And all the haters try to do this and all that. Down with that note. We right
all
here.
Right.
You got when you come back down here for a game, we got to get you up in the building, throwing up the U like that.
All right, I still love my Terps, but
Terps. What's the Terps sign? The Terps got a sign?
I don't even know. I literally just do the little M and then the W when they win. That's all I do.
See, that's
I don't know if they have a
sign. Swag. Y'all got to get some swag. I
got them. I'm gonna take care of that. Locke's got a lot of swag though. It's Terpsville,
So let me ask you, the speaking of the University of Miami, the rankings came out. Ohio State #1, University of Miami 2. I mean, after all, University of Miami, we won. We beat 3 ranked teams this year. I don't think Ohio State only probably played 1 and beat 1. Why we're not #1? Why we're not ranked #1?
Because they're the champs. That's why.
Because they're the champs.
Because they're the champs. They're the reigning champs. That's it. That's why.
Kansas City, the reigning champs. They're not good.
And even though they're not playing good, they're still favored to win every game they play for the most part.
Let me say this. This team that Mario Cristobal has assembled, I mean, I remember when he first came in, he was like, Luke, this is not what we're accustomed to being, because he's a Hurricane. And you know I'm a diehard Hurricane. I've been around the program since Howard Stellenberg and before Howard Stellenberg. And since he was there as a kid. He was like, this is not us. These kids eat Skittles and shit in practice, sitting on the side, sitting on their ass like they're on a South Beach vacation, you know, because when the coach comes in, the new coach comes in normally around the bowl time, and he gets to walk around and evaluate the players that's on the team. And he was like, I did not know it was this bad, Luke. He said, I took the job. And everybody else who he hired took the job, said the same thing, because when you think of the University of Miami, you think of the talent that you see on the field right now. He was like, this shit is bad. It's going to take me at least 4 or 5 years to get this shit right. You know, you can always do a quick fix. And that's what a lot of people in NCAA don't get. They want instant winning. And if you get instant winning, that means you go get a bunch of portal guys. You be like Florida State, win all the goddamn games one year and then only win 2 games the next year, and find yourself back in the same thing, in the same predicament. This guy has built this team from the trenches on out. We did not get in the playoff last year because we were focusing more on the trenches, and we did not focus on the skill guys on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive backs and all that. So we got our ass torched. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of guys were in the wrong place, in the wrong position. He goes and get Helpman, this defensive coordinator from Minnesota, who was with his good friend, who was over at Rucker with, you know, Shiano. And Shiano stamped him and said, no, this dude knows shit, because he was Shiano's linebacker coach. He got a job over there. He's like, no, this dude is one of us. Shiano is one of us. You know what I'm saying? So Mario leaned on Shiano. Shiano co-signed this dude, said, no, he gonna get that shit going like old school, and like how we expect, how Miami expects
Miami football
to play Miami football. And so this dude got these motherfucking guys running around like chicken with their neck cut off, but going at it, organized chaos in a physical way. And he letting them guys play. So when you look at it, D, when I look at it, and I look at the games that Ohio State played, and the lady who does the little meeting with the she even came on there, the lady who does the when they go to the bowl meetings and all that, and these people who project who's going to the playoff, that lady even said Miami should be #1. I mean, everybody, because of the way we're playing, the way the way
you're beating teams.
We should have beat Florida State by 3 touchdowns. We did not score. He turned the volume down in the 4th quarter. Same thing with fucking Notre Dame. We turned the volume down in the 4th quarter.
Did he take the starters out? Did he take back out, and did he take them out?
He just started being conservative.
Okay.
They erased a 14-point lead. We up 14 points going in the 4th quarter. D, on these people. Everybody, we should have fucking mercy ruled all of them. We put South Florida to bed, beat them bad. We should have beat Florida. Same thing, same situation. And so if there is a flaw within our organization, and people are questioning certain, because when you're in Miami, they're gonna question some shit. It's that he's turning the volume down too quick. Just beat the brakes off these fucking people because you have that type of team. Don't get conservative in the fourth quarter. If we're up 28-14, just go ahead and finish them off. Be like Steve Spurrier.
Run it up. Run it up.
Speaking of football, how you feel about Arch Manning? Are you an Arch
Honestly,
Manning fan?
I have not.
Are you on that bandwagon?
No, and I haven't, and I still can't even fully give you a thought of how I feel about him because I haven't had a chance to see him play. So I'm not one of those people that are just riding with him and saying he's great, he's this. I haven't seen Arch play. I've been at Maryland games, so I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, yeah, he sucks or this, because I'm gonna be real with you. I have not been able to really assess him playing football because typically they're playing the same time Maryland's playing.
What your people on Sports and Coffee on your show, what they got to say about that?
They have flipped. There has been someone that has flipped. There was someone that was extremely gung-ho on him as if he was going to be this Heisman sensation. He was coming out this year. He was going to be the top quarterback in the draft. And it has kind of gone very, very silent on Arch. They fell out the rankings as well as Penn State. So there's something to be said there. Because Alar, he was supposed to be one of them ones too. So
yeah, a lot of them. Old boy over there at Clemson, they had him at the top of the food chain, and now everybody's talking about Carson Beck. Hey, Carson Beck then came up in and did what he had to do, and he's
they said he wasn't one of them ones. That's what they said.
He wasn't one of the ones that they
when he left Georgia. He wasn't one of them ones. So.
Exactly. Hey, look, D, man, I had fun. Can you tell people where to find you at?
D Love Sports. D Love Sports on every platform. Come holla at me. I got a little bit of free time these days. So holla at me. I will be in at MetLife tomorrow night. So if anyone's at MetLife,
what you doing in MetLife?
It's Thursday Night Football, Eagles and Giants. So come holla at me.
Hey, listen, it's a pleasure having you. I love you. You know your sports. Can't wait for you to come down here and hang out. If this government shutdown keeps happening, then I'm gonna have to fund your trips because I need to see you at all these different stadiums where you like to go at. And I'm gonna have to do that.
You're gonna do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, it's a Luke Fund. It's not gonna be a GoFund. It's gonna be a Luke Fund. Luke Fund. Trips because we need D at these places. We just can't have at these Maryland Terps games. But I know you love it. I know you love Coach Loxley. Shouts out to Coach Loxley.
Shout out to my Terps, my nephews. I'm at auntie status. Look, I'm an auntie now. You Uncle Luke. I'm auntie status now. So shout out to my nephews.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, you guys, make sure y'all follow my girl D Love Sports all on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, where she be hanging out there talking all that crazy shit. She just she had me laughing on TikTok and then YouTube. Make sure y'all follow D Love Sports. Thank you, young lady. I really appreciate having you. Come back again.
I'll see you soon. Bye,
y'all. Hey, look, man, this was a great fucking show. This was a fucking great show. We had D Love Sports. That girl is awesome. She knows her shit. She's from the DMV over there where Glow at, and she know her sports. I love it when a woman knows her sports, when she know her shit. And make sure y'all follow her. Make sure you also follow me on Twitter, Uncle Luke Real One. Follow me also on Instagram, Uncle Luke Real One. And I'm on YouTube. Uncle Luke TV. Go to YouTube, follow, like, share, and subscribe over there. Also on Facebook, Uncle Luke, my fan page. You know, I had fun tonight. I had a lot of fun. We covered a lot of things. We covered a lot. We're going to do the show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm back on the prowl, like Trina say. I'm single again. I'm back on the prowl. I thought it was perfect. It's perfect. Hey, I'm going to have a special announcement. I'm going to have a very special announcement on Friday. A very special announcement because I'm putting together a team and we're going to do a big fucking podcast. This is going to be the best podcast of all podcasts. This is going to be the best one of all. I really want to tell y'all, but I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not going to tell y'all because I'm going to team up with another person. And that other person you're going to love that other person because you already love him. See there? I said him. About to let the cat out of the bag. And when we do this show, we just going to shut the whole fucking internet down. We're going to blow up the whole system because the system is not going to be able to control both of us live on your podcast. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be epic, of all epic proportions. We're going to have top guests that come on, and we're going to keep it a buck, 100, 1,000. And then, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this here. I'm going to start using some of the footage from my Luke Peep shows and freak shows, and I'm going to take some of the footage and some of the audio and introduce it to y'all because I have it here in the archives. You see all this nostalgia back here? I have interviews from Tupac. I've interviewed Biggie. I've interviewed Suge Knight. I've interviewed Akinelli. I have interviews from Aaron Hall. You know, they got this big thing on this VTV, and this one girl on there who's an ex-dancer doing all her talking. She can come on here. Y'all call her up. Y'all go to her shit. Y'all go to Miss Gloria's site or wherever she reside at and tell her, Luke invite you on here. You come on. We can talk. We can talk about our experience together, her as a dancer and dancing for me, one of my dancers. And I'm going to invite Freaky Red and all the rest of my other dancers on here, and we can have a real good conversation. Miss Gloria Blanche, you can come on here at any given time, baby, and we could talk about it. We can have a good conversation about what the fuck happened on tour with Uncle Luke. You don't have to go over there. You don't have to go to VTV or whatever the fuck his name is. The little white boy who always go look for broke down black artists and pay them $2,000 to then have them talk about people. You ain't got to go over there. But he never has white artists doing the same thing. He's profiting off of black people. That's Vlad TV. That's what he does. He profits off of broke down black artists who are doing bad. He calls them up, and he then offers them some $2,000 or some crazy shit like that to then bring them on, and he leads the interview into where he wants the interview to go to talk about individuals, and they feel like, oh yeah, if I talk about this guy right here, it's almost like this here. Hey, Susie, tell me about the bad relationship you had with Frank. And so that gives them the cue of, yeah, the bad relationship I had with Frank. Mind you, ain't had no bad relationship. He's leading them to say something negative with them thinking that if I say something negative, he's going to invite me back and give me another $2,000 because I'm fucking broke. That is what Vlad TV does, in my opinion. And that's not cool. Until he calls up my publicist, can I get Luke on Vlad? No, motherfucker. I ain't broke down, and I'm not on crack, and I'm not looking to be on your show. When you go find Mr. Vlad, let me look at the camera. When you go find some 5 white artists that you do the same thing with and interview some people to talk about some white artists, then I will think about doing your show. But other than that, boss, I'm not falling into the trap where the white man uses the black man for profit. You can't get me like that, boss. Even if I get broke, sleeping up under a motherfucking up under a tree, you will never get me like that, boss. Ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever. Because this real shit right here. But back to you, Gloria. If you want to have a conversation, baby, about you being a Luke dancer, you're more than welcome to come here. You are more than welcome to come here. See, that Vlad TV dude did the same thing with Brother Marquise. And Brother Marquise got off of there. He called me up and he said, hey, man, I'm sorry. Buddy was leading me into these questions and all that. And then you know what happened, people? You know what happened? I told Brother Marquise, I said, look, man, I understand. I really do understand what was going on. Me and him, because this asshole dude had this man on there doing this interview. me and him then had our conversation. We talked because there was never no ill will toward us. And we talked, and at the end of the day, before, God bless his soul, before he passed, we then entered into suing to get our masters back. So he passed while we were in court. His daughter, beautiful daughter, and her mother took up the case, and Chris Wong and his family, his sons and daughters, you know, we all joined in together. And I'm sitting there. It was very emotional for me every day going to court with them, fighting to get our masters back. No Mr. Mix, because Mr. Mix is over there with this dude over here. No Mr. Mix, he was not a part of the fight for us to get these masters back. He was on the opposite side, which, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no grudges, but you know, that was his choice. That's fine. We ended up winning. So this little dude has us now back in appeals court. That's his right. He can appeal it. That's fine. But the beauty of it all is the fact that before Mark passed, because before that he would never call me up and say, "Oh man, I need something," because he know I would give it to him. So he didn't want to do that. We had that conversation, bruh. I'm here all the time for you, bruh. And then we entered into this joint venture of getting our masters back. So we won the case. We're going to win the appeal, God willing, or we're going to win another appeal. And these kids, their kids are going to be able to profit off the work that their dads did. And that if there's anything in this world that I've ever done, this is right up there at the top, because not only are their kids going to be able to profit, my child is going to be able to profit as well, you know, because at some point I'll be out of here too. We all, you know, one thing, we got a straight ticket to heaven, or you either going to hell. And that's generational wealth passed down to our kids because of the work we've done. This man has been profiting off of our work for too many years. For too many years. You would think he would just go away because he got over. But at the end of the day, I just don't like people when they do stuff like that. So shouts out to Brother Marquise, God bless his soul, along with, you know, Fresh Kid Ice. And I love their kids, man. I got to when you go through a case, you get to meet the kids, you get to know the kids, you get to share information, you get to tell them stories about their dad, their dads. And so it's beautiful. I mean, God put us all together for that very reason. And they wouldn't even let those kids testify. They shot down them kids' testimony, and it was only me. So just imagine, only me. And the kids sitting there, they're depending on me to bring this shit home. Because this is all about their parents' legacy, my kids, my legacy, our works that blood, sweat, and tears we put into the shit. And I remember they were sitting there, they were worried. They was like, man, they was like, oh, don't fucking cuss these people out, because we know you're going to cuss these motherfuckers out. Don't just keep, you know, Chris' daughter and Mark's daughter coaching me up. You see the kids, you know, they're grown-ups, but, you know, young ladies, young men, just don't, you know, just don't go off the hinges, you know, because they know if I go, the lawyer's like, don't go off the hinges, please. And I cut their ass up everywhere but loose. I took a scalpel to them fuckers. I took a scalpel to them. When they asked me questions, I was like, right on it. And I know Brother Marquise and Chris I just knew that they were sitting right there in that seat, in that witness seat with me. Like, get these motherfuckers. Because you know one thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let this show go. The truth hurts. You come up into a courtroom, do a whole bunch of lying and shit. The truth hurts. And I urge every artist, if you've lost your works, there's a case that you can use that case and get your works back after 35 years, use that case. Use that law. And if you need more information about how to retain your get your rights back, just hit me up. I ain't got no problem with breaking down and give you some good information, because that's what it's all about. But I love you guys. Hey man, y'all had a great rest of the week. The Uncle Luke Show. We had a good time. See you later, alligator. After a while, crack it down.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Carisha gonna bring that Uncle Luke back.